yesterday, I was making inquisition into the satellites that we need to secure Nigeria, whether or not our military do need these satellites to be able to fight the battle. Tonight we'll be getting answers. I'm being joined by the Director General of the National Space Research and Development Agency, Dr. Matthew Adepoju. Thank you so much, Gigi, for joining us tonight.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
I'm going to be asking you straightforward questions on this matter.
Thank you.
How many satellites do we have in Nigeria today? Functional.
Functional satellite we have today, we only have 2 satellites left in orbit. There's Sat-1, which belongs to the Defense Space Administration. The Sat-1R, which belongs to the Nigeria Limited. Which is a communication satellite.
So for the fact, one communication satellite,
one Earth observation satellite.
Earth observation. Historically speaking, our satellite acquisition and origin comes from 2001, right?
2003.
2003, under the Olusegun Obasanjo regime.
Administration.
And we had how many at that time?
During the President Olusegun Obasanjo's administration, we were able to launch 2 satellites, one Earth observation, one communication satellite, but we immediately commenced new fleet of satellites, which came into orbit in 2011 during President Jonathan administration. Well, since then, we've not been able to have support at the highest level until we have the current administration, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who has graciously approved 4 new satellites to replace our deorbited satellite. 3 of them are optical satellites. The 4th one is a synthetic aperture radar satellite. The beauty of the synthetic aperture radar satellite is during the day and night, it can image, and we can monitor our economic zone. And then even when there is cloud cover, we can see image the country very well.
And these are going to be Chinese made?
It doesn't have to be Chinese made, because what we are looking at...
Because the ones we have presently, we understand, and historically, Chinese have aided our...
The communication satellite was launched in China, but the Earth observation was done together with the British and then the Russia.
Okay. Because there was one that was lost in orbit some times ago.
We never lost the satellite.
What happened to it?
That is, we deorbited the satellite.
What
really happened with the satellite is there are some technical challenge with the NikonSat-1, and the challenge was on the solar panel that was not moving the way it was designed. The power. So the power was running down, and we had to deorbit the satellite. And in space sector, there's what we call the parking orbit, where you can put the satellite safely so that we not crash into the other active satellite. Right now, we just got the confirmation from our partner from Sorry Satellite Technology UK that the Nigerian SAT-X and Nigerian SAT-2, which we started the decommissioning early this year, has been decommissioned. It's in the parking orbit now, and it will be there for about 30 years before it comes back to. And by the time it's coming back, it will burnt out. The remaining one will be like a small object like this, and it's simulated to drop inside the Atlantic Ocean.
So I'm concerned, the reason why we're having this conversation is to tell ourselves the truth. There's some conversation we may not be able to have on television, but it's also good for the political class across all strata. There was a time that government officials used Yahoo Mail and Gmail to send communication, government, things that you will not even hear in corporate sector. And there are even some government agencies who don't even know the importance of our satellite. They don't know the use of the satellite. And perhaps our children that are being kidnapped, abducted in their schools, maybe some of these satellites can help us. And that's the reason why we are having this conversation. And that's why I got a bit agitated yesterday. And I'm even a bit more, influenced a lot of things. Now, the 4 that President Tinubu has approved, is money being given immediately for that?
Money is not yet released. We are still going through the process of fund release up to now. And it was approved in May.
It was captured in the budget of 2025.
It's a special purpose. It's a special fund.
It's an outside the budget kind of.
That kind of intervention doesn't go through.
So if money is being given for those four satellites, how soon can we get them launched?
We have the range between 6 months to 9 months to launch the optical ones, and then the synthetic aperture radar one between 12 to 18 months.
Now,
Yeah.
What I'm concerned with, and Dr. Adepoju, educate us tonight.
Okay.
A lot of people are worried. You say we have a military satellite, but we also know that not all, it's like our CCTV cameras in our houses. We know that some have audio capacity, and you can hear. Some, you just see black and white. Some can give you colored. So there are capacity to some of these gadgets.
Definitely.
The military satellite that we have, does it have the capacity to be able to capture real time when they were capturing these kids out of their schools?
We sometimes there's a misconception about what the satellites should do and what is have the capacity to do. The one that the militaries have and the one that we've launched in the agency as well, they are imagers. They don't record videos. And then they travel around the world, around the globe. Like the Nigerian Sat-1, Nigerian Sat-Test, Nigerian Sat-2. It takes an average of 3 days before they come back here.
Oops.
So if you want to have the global coverage, we need to launch plenty of them into the orbit. As this one is going, another one is coming. That's why we went for the constellation of these 4 that the president has approved for us. This one will reduce the time lag to about 4 hours to 6 hours, depending on the orbital slot we are going to put the satellite. But we already developed our roadmap, not to wait until these 4 gets towards the end. So we want to be populating it with additional 4 or 5, so that we have the constellation that can give us near real time.
So we don't have the real time.
We don't.
But do we have alternative concerns, gadgets that can help the military and for air surveillance?
Due to this problem that we are facing in the country, we have reached out to technical partners. They are American-based. It took us 18 months because the security clearance in America could be secured. And on their own fleet, they have almost 300 satellites there. And they are to partner with us. But the fund has not been released for us. I've signed the MOU, I've signed the non-disclosure agreement, everything, but the contractual agreement now, money must be there before we'll be able to access the platform.
So it's a money problem now?
It is very, 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 very robust platform for signal analytics. We can actually even listen to some of the things that the terrorists are doing. Most of them, it breaks my heart when the state government shut down all the communication platform on our mobile, because most of them are not actually making communication through mobile. They are making it through the satellite platform.
The terrorists are using satellite to communicate?
Yeah, I know that one for a fact.
Give me a moment, Dr. Adepoju.
Yeah.
We'll be right back to conclude with Dr. Adepoju on these issues. Stay with us, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us on the program. Our concluding moment with Dr. Matthew Adepoju, who is the Director General of the National Space Research and Development Agency. And there are a lot of things to unpack. We've had maybe a lengthier conversation off the camera than we have on the camera. But the ones that you can tell Nigerians tonight, what can we do as a people? And don't leave out government too, and those who are in government, for our people to be secure, because when it rains, it pours, and it will not isolate anyone. What must we do immediately for us to be able to secure our people, help our military, and be able to keep the Nigerian people safe using our research and satellites capacity?
First and foremost, the national security architecture needs to be rejigged. And meaning, what I mean by that is that an agency like ours is to sit around the table when they are discussing issues about national security.
But I thought that your agency is the one who will give intelligence in terms of research, because every institution in the world rely on research. Because that research empowers the society. As a space agency, you should even be the one to be charting the future for that sector.
When you are not around the table, when the discussion and critical decision is being made, the information you are giving, it depends on the interpretation that the person that is consuming it has given to it. Whether it's got the capacity to consume it 100% or it's 25% or 35%, makes a big difference.
So if that is done, we need the acquisition like now.
Right.
And perhaps more than 4. And I'm thinking that for future acquisition and development of our space, it is not a matter that we need to contemplate.
Not
we need
at
to
all.
now be developing our space capacity, isn't it?
Definitely. I think being the previous administration have done what the current president have done for us, we won't have this gap. Because before one mission is completed, another mission is launched, and then we have it in the orbit, so that we keep reducing the time frame for the return.
Are we even planning to go to space?
We even have a program about with partnership with Sarah for first Nigerian astronaut to be in the orbit. So, and then we are actually doing the selection process now. And then we established we are the only one that is running the full breadth of the space program in Africa. Yeah.
Dr. Matthew Adepoju, the Director General of the National Space Research and Development Agency. Without having to divulge too much, but Nigerians are now aware of where we are, what we need, and where we need to be.
Definitely.
Thank you so much indeed for your time.
Thank you.
And I appreciate it.
Thank you.